what if you could take all that digital chaos sitting on your computer and just transform it into a single intelligent brain? Well, today we're going to look at a tool that does exactly that. It creates your own personal AI librarian that organizes all your scattered files into one single queryable knowledge base. Let's be real for a second. We all have one, right? That digital junk drawer. Maybe it's a folder, maybe it's your entire hard drive, just crammed with code snippets, research papers, random notes. The info is all there somewhere, but trying to find that one crucial piece of it right when you need it, yeah, good luck. It feels pretty much impossible. And look, this digital disorganization, it's more than just an inconvenience. It's a massive roadblock. It actually stops us from connecting our own ideas and using the valuable knowledge that we've already spent so much time collecting. I mean, think about it. Every single file in that junk drawer could be a little treasure chest. It might hold a brilliant insight you had months ago, or maybe the exact solution to a problem you're stuck on right now. But because it's all buried and disconnected, all that potential is just lost. We end up reinventing the wheel, resorting problems we've actually already figured out. So, what's the fix for this digital mess? Let's introduce the solution. And it's not just another piece of software. You got to think of it as your own personal AI librarian, living and working right on your machine, ready to bring order to all that chaos. So this is the Tripartite knowledge store. It's pretty simple. You just point it at a folder and it meticulously reads, understands, and organizes everything inside into a single structured database. And here are the most important parts. It's local first and works entirely offline. That means you are in complete control of your data. So how does this AI librarian actually work? Well, the full technical pipeline is pretty complex, but it really boils down to 4 key steps. First, it reads and cleans up your files. Second, it breaks them down into logical chunks, like functions in a code file or paragraphs in a document. Third, and this is where the real magic happens, it creates 3 different layers of memory. And finally, it packages everything up into a single, elegant database file. All right. Let's really get into the core concept here, because these 3 layers, this is the secret sauce. This is what turns a big pile of files into a brain you can actually talk to. Each layer gives our AI librarian a totally unique way of remembering things. The first layer is what we'll call verbatim memory. Just think of it like a perfect photographic memory. The librarian stores every single line from every single file. But here's the really clever part. It uses something called content addressing. This means if the exact same line of code or text shows up in 100 different places, it only gets stored once. This gives you a perfect, verifiable source of truth without wasting any space. Okay, next up is the semantic layer. This is where our librarian goes from just reading words to actually understanding the meaning behind them. It uses a local AI model to create a numerical representation that's a vector embedding for each chunk of text. This is what lets you search by an idea, not just specific keywords. So for example, you could search for something like, how do I handle user logins? And it would find the right code, even if those exact words aren't in the file. And the final layer is the graph. Here, our librarian basically becomes a researcher. It scans through your text, identifies key things, people, companies, technologies, concepts, and then it maps out all the relationships between them. It builds a genuine knowledge graph, letting you see exactly how all the different pieces of your knowledge connect to each other. So, after all that work, all the reading, the chunking, the creation of these 3 incredible layers of memory, what's the end result? What's the actual, tangible thing you're left with? And this is maybe the coolest part. The whole thing, the entire organized library, all 3 layers, every verbatim line, every semantic vector, every single connection in the graph, it all gets packaged into one single portable SQLite database file. It's a self-contained digital brain that you can easily copy, back up, or even share with someone else. And the best part is, this isn't some weird proprietary format that locks you in. Nope. Under the hood, it's a standard, well-structured SQLite database. You can literally look at the tables for the verbatim lines, the semantic embeddings, the graph nodes. It means your knowledge is always transparent and accessible. It's never trapped in some black box. This quote from the project's documentation really just says it all. The AI models, you download them one time. After that, the entire process, from start to finish, happens completely offline on your own machine. This is a huge deal. It guarantees total privacy and complete ownership of your own data. Okay, so we've got this incredibly powerful knowledge artifact, but how do we actually use it? I mean,
A database file is great, but we need an interface to actually explore all the knowledge that's inside.
Well, the system comes with a dedicated viewer app that has three main parts. You've got the Browse panel, which lets you navigate your files just like you normally would. Then there's the Search panel, where you can unleash that awesome hybrid search, combining keywords with deep semantic understanding. And finally, the Graph panel, which lets you visually explore that whole web of connections between your ideas.
And this is so important. Your data is never, ever locked in. The tool gives you two main ways to get everything back out. You can do what's called a hierarchy dump, which is perfect for documentation or just getting a high-level overview. Or you can choose to reconstruct files, which perfectly restores your original files, which is great for backups or just proving that the whole process worked correctly.
So all of this brings us to a really crucial question. In a world that is rushing to put everything in the cloud, why does this local-first offline approach matter so much? It all comes down to a really simple but powerful idea: control. When your data and the AI models that are processing it live entirely on your machine, you have absolute control. There are no privacy concerns, no monthly subscription fees, and absolutely no risk of some service shutting down and taking all your knowledge with it. It's yours. So I'll leave you with this final thought, which is pretty exciting. Imagine not just finding files, but asking complex questions of your entire life's work. Imagine discovering connections between projects you forgot you even had, or getting an instant summary of every thought you've ever recorded on a specific topic. What new insights could you uncover? What could you build if you had a truly queryable digital brain at your fingertips?